These are apparently Lynx's quarters. No one seems to be here, however. We're right on top of you now, Lynx. Say your prayers, you bastard. Looking around, there's a very dilapidated room. Furniture is thrown around in all directions, and almost nothing matches. Taking a look at the room as a whole, there's no sense of harmony whatsoever. It's very suggestive of a chaotic mind. Okay, looks like we gotta search through this mess. I sift through a number of items adorning the room. There's a cluttered desk and a painting that's hanging unevenly on the far wall, and a picture on the side table among other things. In one corner of the room stands a tall, curious object of some sort. A scarlet gloss has been placed over it, covering it up. As I slowly reach my hand to uncover it, Majo suddenly says, "Please avoid reckless interference." Taking his advice, I return my hand to my side. However, the cloth suddenly starts to fall off on its own. I didn't touch it, I swear. What, did you just leap off all by itself? Kid asked, rolling her eyes. A large mirror has been uncovered, fancifully decorated. It looks to be a high-priced arabesque antique. I got a bad feeling about this. Then, all of a sudden, the reflection of the Venus statue opens its eyes, staring at us through the mirror. "Is there something you seek?" the statue's reflection asks in a soft, womanly voice. The voice seems to be coming from the statue in front of me, but only the mirror's reflection seems to be moving. It can talk! "It is a mirror of whispers," Majo says, examining it closely. "What is it, though?" "It is a looking glass that harbors a living spirit. The spirit is free to roam throughout nearby mirrors, able to see into our everyday lives. They are known to be quite wise. Is there anything you wish to ask?" Wow, a million questions come to mind, and I ask about Kid. "What in the blazes are you asking about me for?" Kid shouts with a red face. "Very well," the statue's reflection says. Ignoring Kid, slapping and pulling me, I focus on the mirror. The reflection of the statue begins to ripple a little. Gradually, the mirror fades into darkness. Before long, the jet-black surface of the mirror is filled with what looks like Regiona. One by one, shadows of trees, houses, and people materialize. The mirror focuses in on a young woman surrounded by small children. The children are dirty and poorly dressed, but they are all smiling and playing happily nonetheless. Then, abruptly, the burning therein bursts into flames. Armed troops are all around. Everyone scrambles for a way out, but, against her will, the young woman is abducted. The children, however, meet a much darker fate. Time passes. After the fire has burned the building to the ground, the mirror shifts focus to a small girl covered in soot, crying behind the charred remains of her home. She lets loose a blood-curdling scream into the open sky as her left eye narrows like a cat. "Stop!" Kid shouts. I look back to the mirror, but the image has already started to fade. Squeezing her hand into a fist, Kid slumps downward. The room is silent. "Kid, I'm sorry." "Let's go," Kid says abruptly, heading towards the door. Wait for me, Kid," I shout as I chase after her. Heading back, we travel through the passageway, eager to shake this feeling of dread. After walking a ways, we come to a beautifully decorated set of doors on the left. This is Riddle's room. I keep on walking, though. Continuing on through the passage, eventually we come to a branch. We see an upward stairway case to the left, as well as a stone archway directly ahead. I take the stairs. I follow Kid up to the narrow set of stairs, hoping not to lose my balance. We've ascended the staircase. In front of us, path extends into 3 directions. To the left lies a dark corridor, and the right path leads out to the terrace. This path also continues on ahead. I proceed ahead, into the dark passageway. We head down the path. After a while, it ends at a stained wooden door. I go in. Guess this is the study. This huge room is faintly lit by the moonlight, shining in through a dark, tall window. In the back of the room stands a large, ornately decorated desk. Row after row of bookshelves house thousands of thick, dusty books. A painting is hung over the rear wall, sharing space with the various exotic curios. I examine the desk. I walk over and open a drawer in the mahogany desk. The drawers contain writing materials and documents, arranged in an orderly fashion. Unfortunately, they don't seem to contain anything worth mentioning. But then, a small picture in the drawer catches my eye. It's a portrait of a friendly-looking girl with a faint smile on her face. I hold it up, wondering who it could be. "It's probably Link's adopted daughter," Kid says, looking over my shoulder with her nose crinkled. "Pedophile." Suddenly, we start to hear footsteps coming this way. Though they aren't that loud, they boom like thunder in the night. Kid and I jump up. Magel swiftly conceals himself in the nearby shadows. "Quick, under the desk!" Kid and I scurry underneath the desk. Curling up, I wrap her up in my arms. Smaller than I thought. "What? Hey, The door opens with a sudden creak. We sit motionless without making a peep. The quivering light of a candle spreads in from the doorway. Soon after, a hand holding a candlestick comes into view from behind the door. Tightening, I nervously hold my breath. When I look down, my heart skips a beat. With kids that lived right in front of me, I feel myself starting to lose control, so full and pink and glossy. My heart starts pounding faster and faster. I force myself to stop staring and shut my eyes tight. Whoever opened the door doesn't seem to have any intention of entering the room.
I thought I heard something. No reason for anybody to be in here, though, since the master is away. Still, with those poor southerners on the move, it's never too safe to be sorry.
The door closes softly, covering the room in darkness. Once again, for a while we wait, not moving an inch. The footsteps echo away into the distance. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I can't stop thinking about how great she smells. "Hey, how long are you gonna stick to me like that?" Kid asked, blowing into my ear. Sorry. I quickly get up, bumping my head against the desk with a loud bang. I crawl out, rubbing my head. Man, that stings. Kid comes out next. Crouching, she looks over at me and says, "You goof, you alright?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "So, Poor is up to something," Magel says quietly, emerging from the shadows. Poor is a large country governing the southern continent. I hear it's a pretty well-developed and fairly prosperous place. But what would they be after in these outlands? Surely not the frozen flame. No matter how valuable it may be, in the end it's just a jewel, a piece of rock. How valuable could it really be? We leave the study, retracing our steps through the dark passageway. Finally, the passage comes to a three-way branch. There's a descending staircase in front of us. In addition to passageways to the left and right, the one on the left will take us downwards to the terrace.